All right, guys. So I just recently saw season 2 of Disney Plus Marvel's What If, and it really started to make me realize that they have a problem with continuing the show. I mean, let me elaborate. So in the first season with What If, it kind of really branched out and went in some interesting ways. We saw stuff with like, hey, what if Doctor Strange, if his girlfriend had survived, or he tried to help his girlfriend survive, if he hadn't gotten into a car accident, what if Ultron took over? What if, I'm trying to think of what are the other things from What If.
6 hours later.
Marvel Zombies. It went in interesting directions. But when season 2 came around, I started to notice that they're really kind of locked into just the MCU. Now, if you're a big fan of What If from the comics, then you'll realize that What If is just an offshoot of existing storylines from the comics. The comics have been around since the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. They've been around for a good 50, 60, 70 years at this point, math. So they have a lot of stories to choose from and a lot of different directions to go. With the Disney Plus series of Marvel's What If, they are only limited to what's actually happened in live action MCU films. So it really kind of keeps us in a small box. I can only watch so many stories that have to do with what if this particular angle happened and it affected Thanos, or how many episodes do I have to watch about Captain Carter, which in the first season was kind of cool, but I don't need a second season where 3 episodes have to do with Captain Carter. Or Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, we really don't have much leeway or playroom to go with this particular series, unless they actually branch this out to more of comic things. And I know the What If kind of, you have to know what the initial premise was, but give me a new character that somehow plays on that aspect. Where, hey, what if the Avengers included the X-Men? And I'm just making that up off the top of my head. I didn't have anything prepared on that. But just introduce somebody new into the fold, so that way these stories where you're locked in by being at live action can have room to grow, or just give up doing live action. Just do some comic stuff and just expect the people who are watching What If have actually read comics too. And if they haven't, then it might give them more reason to go and look out the comic to see how it originally happened in the comic. It just, for me, feels like this show has a lot of promise and potential, and they are really limiting themselves by only doing MCU. And I know the MCU has been around for almost 20 years at this point, and there are a lot of movies, but all the movies move in a linear way. It hasn't been till just this phase now where we have multiple villains and kind of where we have global heroes, and we have earthbound heroes, and we have galactic heroes and things of that. So we just got to that point. So now everything has been either focused on Thanos or, you know, rest in peace, Kang, with Jonathan Majors. And we don't have much to really kind of pull from or where to go. It's either how does this affect this Thanos? How does this affect King? How does it affect the Guardians of the Galaxy? How does it affect Ego? And I feel like there is so much more that they could possibly do. Give me some stuff for like, hey, introduce Galactus. And I know they kind of did with the Ultron episode, but introduce Galactus, introduce the mutants. Heck, we had a whole Inhuman series that we kind of don't talk about anymore. Maybe do something with Inhumans, or do something with the Disney Plus stuff, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Netflix things. Anything else but just the live action MCU films. And I know I kind of feel like I'm ranting, that's kind of what this video series is about, but I want you guys to tell me, how can What If get better? Or if you're a big fan of What If right now in season 2 and you really loved it, tell me what you really like about it and what you foresee out of this show. And if this is the first time that you're on the show, first time that you're on the channel, make sure you subscribe as well as click the notification button so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do. And I'll be back to rant about other things going forward in the future. You guys take care.
Wait, guys, are you still here? I'm glad you're still here. All right, so if you look down, I mean, it's somewhere over here. Look down. We actually have a Patreon. So if you guys watch this show and you really like what we want to do and you want to help support the show and you want to help me get an editor so I can get to sleep at night because I'm really tired and you guys see all my mistakes in the episodes, so please go to patreon.com/thegoods. Give us a penny, give us a nickel, give us $1.
Just don't give us the finger.
Don't do that. But make sure you do donate something because we do have some giveaways. There's posters, there's t-shirts, there's...
I'll sign something for you.
Exactly. So take a look, guys, and help us out. We appreciate it.